Are you thinking about a career as a certified financial planner? After many years in the financial services industry, I decided to get my CFP marks, and today I'm going to be answering some of the more common questions about that career path. Get the pen and paper out. Hey everybody, this is Dominique Henderson with 𝐑𝐞𝐜 Capital Management, your YouTube CFP, and today I want to share a little bit more about my journey as a financial advisor, specifically my decision to become a CFP almost 3 years ago, and give you some of those things that you may want to know or may need to know if you're on the fence or thinking about this as a career or just curious about what we do. So let's get started. Is a career as a CFP for you? Well, kind of depends. If you really love people, yes, it probably is. I would say that it is really one of those careers where you're doing a lot of front-facing relationship, a lot of conversations, a lot of talks, a lot of interaction with the clients that you're going to serve. So if you're a little bit of an introvert and you don't really like talking to people, or you're a little shy, this may not be the right career for you. There are some careers in financial services, though, that will allow you to be more of that service advisor. We'll be using that term today a lot. When I first started my path in the financial services community, I worked for a hedge fund, and I was really in the background in the operations department. So I didn't have to do a lot of interaction with a lot of the clients that we serve. Well, I would say in contrast to that, as a CFP, you're going to very much be in the front line depending on the type of career you choose. Now, if you decide to go with a firm, you can, kind of hide behind the scenes if you are that introvert and you want to kind of just crunch the numbers and whatnot. But if you're going to be self-employed like I am, and then a lot of the advice and knowledge that I can give you around being self-employed, then you're definitely going to have to be a people person and willing to get out there and shake hands and smile in people's face. Just remember, if you are going to be self-employed as a CFP or as a financial advisor, period, you are essentially creating relationships where people are entrusting you with the knowledge and advice that you're giving them to make better financial decisions. That's what it's about. And so you're going to really want to sell yourself and what you stand for and what you know, but really the type of person you are is essentially where trust is developed and how that relationship really flourishes. Now, what does a CFP actually do? Well, I did a video, I've done a couple of videos, but I'll link the day in the life of a CFP up in the card so you can check that out, because we go in a little bit more in detail than what I'm going to go right now, but I'll give you the Cliff Note version. So along with creating personal financial statements for your clients, evaluating their budgets, deciding and creating investment strategies for them to grow their wealth, you're going to really be doing one essential task, and that is facilitating discussions around the most important things in your clients' lives when it comes to how they save, spend, and invest their money. Look, there are so many different things competing for your clients, your potential clients' attention. You're going to help them weed through all the distractions and get to the priorities in their life that are the most important. Without that guidance, it becomes very difficult for them to reach their goals, and they become frustrated and stressed out, and they become anxious. That's why you're there as the voice of reason to put a real good strategic plan in place to help them achieve their goals faster. Now, you may ask, what is the average salary of a CFP? And that varies pretty widely. Investopedia recently did a study that the average salary is around $66,000. But I would say, depending on if you're working for yourself or you're working for somebody, I actually took a tremendous pay cut to leave financial services working for somebody in order to start my own business, which is pretty typical for anyone that does start their own business. But I wanted to find clients that I wanted to serve, and I wanted the long-term value of an enterprise that I built from the ground up. But you may not want to go down that path. And if you do work for somebody, whether that be one of the big money management firms or just a smaller boutique firm, I'd say that really your salary is going to be dictated around one thing. Do you bring business to the firm? At the end of the day, this is not a charity. So clients that come in and pay fees, if you are able to generate business by bringing those type of clients in, then your salary is going to be bigger, and you may be able to negotiate a bigger salary structure, like salary base plus some type of bonus for bringing in those type of clients. Otherwise, if you're just a service advisor and you're servicing the accounts that are existing clients and making sure that their plans are on track, then I would say that you're probably going to be more around that average. But again, if you bring in business development or generate business development, you can probably have a pretty significant increase from that average. Now you may ask, what does it take to become a CFP? You're probably a little intrigued, especially after that last bullet point about the salary. And we've covered this requirements in a previous video that I'll link up in the cards. But let's talk about the 4 E's real quickly. The first E is education. You're going to have a bachelor's degree from an accredited university or college, and you're going to have to do the coursework that is required with a program that is registered with the CFP board. The second E is experience. You're going to need at least 6,000 hours of experience delivering on financial advice. There's several different criteria that are on the CFP board's website. I won't go through that now. So 6,000 hours of that type of experience or 4,000 hours of apprenticeship. This basically works out to probably 3 to 5 years of work experience delivering financial advice. The third E is ethics. You're going to have to subscribe to or adhere to the practice standards in the code of ethics developed by the CFP board, even as that changes. Along with every 2 years, you'll have to do 30 hours of continuing education to adhere to those standards. And the fourth E, last but not least, and this is what trips a lot of people up, is the exam requirement. You will have to complete a comprehensive exam of all the areas of study that you learned in your education requirement in a 6-hour comprehensive exam. So why should somebody consider being a CFP? And I think the major takeaway is if you love to work with people, if you love to see people reach their goals based on the advice you've been giving them, then if that gives you a great sense of fulfillment and fulfills a passion or a gap in your life, then we need you. We need you in this field. There's only about 84,000 or so CFPs that are practicing so far, and we want to grow those numbers. And so if you're in the community of people in the financial advisory services business or investment management, or you love working with people, please consider a career as a CFP because we need more fiduciary financial advisors out here. Okay, I want to know, are you considering a career in the financial services community or even as a certified financial planner? Please let me know. Shoot me a DM, follow me on social, track me down. I will love to get some resources in your hands to help you make that decision. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.